What's your blood type? A positive. Does anybody else know their blood type?
O positive.
A positive?
Or
O positive. Anybody else? Used to. Okay. Does your blood type change?
No, I just forget it.
Right. I mean, in general.
No.
So everyone has a blood type, right? And it remains the same throughout their life. Okay. So my poor sense of logic says, if we have a blood type, perhaps we also have a personality type that may remain with us throughout our entire life, kind of imprint, kind of non-changeable in a sense. We will always have the same blood type, and in the same way we may always have the same personality type. The older I get, and this is scary now, those of you that met my mother, I can feel my mother in myself, her personality. Now that's scary for me personally. I love my mom, you know, but I never thought I'd grow up to become my mom. I never quite really knew my dad, so it's kind of hard for me to say that about him. But I can sense him in me as well. And somehow or other, those two characters produced me, the third character, and left their imprint on me. It will always be, whether I want it to be or not. That's just the way it is. And something for me to understand, hello, welcome, and to work with for the rest of my life. So I think of the personality types in a similar way. Each of us has a personality type that will remain with us for the rest of our lives. It's kind of like a companion in a sense. So we're never really alone. We have this personality. It's ours. That in some way is us. And it's good to get to know our companion. That's how I'm thinking of it more and more. And the more that happens, the more we can actually get to know others. Because, believe it or not, everybody's got a personality. And I believe a certain type, actually. The challenge is that if we don't get to know our own personality type deeply, then we're less able to really get to know others deeply. We're always projecting them. You know, if we're not really going deep on our own, we're projecting our own onto others. That's psychological reality. We're really masters of projection. Or avoidance, or whatever we do with it, but it's not seen as clearly as we would want to see. And it's not connecting. I rarely use that word because I don't like it. But oh, we had such a wonderful connection. Yeah, right, okay, whatever. But it's true. I mean, if we connect more deeply with our own soul, our own personality, I believe, then we more easily and deeply connect with others. We're able to do that. Because we're not playing the game anymore, at least not as much. So tonight, we're going to see a little bit of the Enneagram number 2 personality, but this time not in film, but through a teacher, and that would be Richard Rohr, Catholic priest, Franciscan friar, and all around annoying type of one. All right, could we bring it up and get rid of it?
didn't turn on there.
Action of neediness on your side, all right? I will make you need me. I will ingratiate myself to you by loving service, so you cannot live without me, right? And never entering my mind that I'm being anything but a martyr, servant, slave, you know? That's the pride. You got it in one word. Need is the key word to understand it too. Remember I said all of the heart people are very needy. They're very needy emotionally. And they don't recognize what immense emotional responsiveness they constantly need
Could you stop it
to
there?
tell themselves that they are.
So do you remember who the heart people are? What numbers?
2, 3, 4.
Right, 2, 3, 4 are the heart people.
Important, special, or whatever. So what they do is they repress their consciousness of their needs. Now follow this, it's subtle, and pretend that I don't have any needs at all. My only need is to meet your need, my dear husband, right? Or my dear wife. It can go both ways, of course. Then, just let me warn you. Every, I don't know, whether it be 4 days or 4 weeks, hell hath no fury, right? You will pay. You let it to give to you, you will always pay. Always. Because finally, after this self-sacrificial martyr giving of themselves, finally one day they wake up on the wrong side of the bed, as we say, and they realize, damn it, someone's giving it back to me. And they get into the blame game, and they're really terrible at that point. They're not nice people. They can really, it's almost the flip of who they want themselves to be, and they usually leave the room in tears because they know what has happened to me. I've become a dragon, a demon. I just said cruel things. I've heard words come out of a two's mouth that are crueler even than eight's. You know? When they suddenly retake their boundaries, and I want to say, along with need, the other important word in the two's life is boundary. Their entire life is negotiating boundaries, and they're never real good at it. They give away their boundaries too easily. They sell their soul for a sardine, as Teresa of Avila says, to get you to respond to them, or like them, or love them, or think of them as special, or thank them, or kiss them, or hold them, or anything. And then what happens is they retake their boundaries now and then. And that's when you'll see their worst self. When they almost look like an 8 for a moment. It's really a great surprise to them. That's when they run out of the room crying. If they allow grace, they will cry for 3 days, and they'll return a transformed person, a very loving person. They really are, and I want to say this, because I've been so hard on them the last few minutes. I want to say twos really do know how to love. They're good lovers. They're sweet. They're gentle. They're caring. They're tender. They pick up. They are good nurses. They know what you need there in bed. Before you even do, which sometimes makes you unhappy. How do you know it already and I don't? But you're right. That's what I need. But the price they've paid for that, you see, here's their virtue, become sin, become virtue, is they don't know their own needs. They often don't have a clue what their own feelings are, what their own needs are. And then when they find them for a minute and recognize that no one is meeting them, and of course, what we all do, brothers and sisters, is, you can pick up a 2 quickly. You know he doesn't have a clue what his real needs are. So you know what you can do? You can manipulate him. They're very manipulatable people. All I have to do is put the word need in the sentence, right? And he or she will run off and do it. Yes, Father. Yes, sure. Happy to meet your needs, Father. Right? But that recognition now and then, damn it, I'm letting everybody manipulate me. I'm doing everybody else's work. I don't know my own. That's what returns then with the almost reaction formation and the exact opposite response. So what you have to do.
So does all that make sense? Okay. Personality type 2. It's kind of like what Brother Tim talks about on Saturday mornings. We each are running programs of various kinds, right? And sometimes those programs, I was even saying very often those programs, are not helping us truly. We're not directing them, they're directing us, right? And so this compulsion, this need, perceived need, because it's not really a true need, it's a perceived need, is to be needed by a tool. I want you to need me somehow, and then I feel loved. So that's a program. I put it in matrix terms, right? It's a program that's running in the matrix. Basically, it controls, dominates. So the real goal in the Enneagram is to discover what kind of programs are running with us. And through very simple, clear, but sometimes difficult means, to become more free of those. Any questions on that section?
Who is to really feel their own feelings. I want to say, please don't hear me that I'm saying all women are twos. I am not saying that. You women know this better than I, that women culturally are told they should be twos. So almost every woman fights with this, even if she's not a two. Culturally, you were trained in patriarchal culture to be our servants, our helpers. Once the children come along, what else can you be? You've got to, on some level, be a two to be a mother, I think. You've got to read that little baby's needs and to learn how to respond to it. So you all become experts at it. They wake you up several times during the night, apparently, when they're first born. You got to die to your own needs. Forget, I got to take care of this baby. So women very often are trained in two-ness, right? Those of you who really are twos have a double compulsion. Women who are twos tend to have, therefore, a double compulsion. Especially if you were a mother. It's all summed up in this word, codependent. Remember, was it 15 years ago, and that was the buzzword? Everybody was discovering the degrees we were codependent. Well, the word was created for the two. They do raise it to an art form. They don't know what their feeling is or their need is. They have these magnificent antennae. They really are magnificent. That just can pick up from the twitch of your eyebrow what you need. Right? It's beautiful. And they run to get it. Now the trouble is, when they haven't created the third eye and learned to observe their own neediness, sometimes they're dead wrong too. Right? Sometimes they're meeting your needs that are not.
I think that's really, really important that we develop more and more the ability to see our own neediness, in what ways we are very needy, and what we do with it. Yeah.
And that's when you feel the intrusiveness, the invasiveness, and the manipulation. So I'm going to speak out of the other side. Not only are twos manipulatable, they are manipulators. That's hard for you to hear if you're a two. But they use very seductive, charming, Christian, contemplative language. The more holy it is, the more seductive it is, the more guilt. They're prone to guilt, and they know how to give you good guilt, And so they'll love to use language of holiness and church, and you owe it to Jesus, or whatever. And Jesus would want this from you, or stuff like that. Be careful of religious language from the two. Well, be careful of it from a one. You know, you probably shouldn't listen to me at all. But I think in some ways it's seeing myself play these games that has made my mind so critical about religion. So just see how we do this all the time, serving our own need. So if the two does not get in touch with what their need is in this relationship, their observation of you will probably be doubly wrong. And that's why you often, a lot of people don't like to, because they constantly feel this, I'm being shoved around, I'm being manipulated, she needs me to need her more than I need her to need me, right? I don't want this, I don't like this. I'm feeling control minute by minute by minute. What else can I say? They actually feel shame, the emotion of shame for having any needs. I've seen them tear up in spiritual direction. I said, what do you really need? And they'll never speak immediately. There's always the choking up in the throat, the almost not knowing what to say. You really do. You just want to take them in your arms and hug them. They're so sweet and so dear. Because you really, the choking up in the throat is almost what they've done all. I know what I need. And they will invariably start crying. They cry a lot, too, or people with two wings, too. They're just, I don't have a clue. I am 7 steps removed.
So I want to tell you a little story. This relates to this. You know I used to live in Ireland. Right? So for 6 years I was living there. And, oh God, it was so good. Anyway, every Sunday night, we gathered at this little church, and with my keyboard. Was it this keyboard? Can't remember. Maybe it was. Anyway, so I'd be up there on the altar in the Catholic church, of course, and a bunch of people would show up every Sunday night, and we would basically sing from the songbook and other songs and stuff. And it was lovely. And then one night, I knew that a group of women were coming, friends of mine, who were Irish. So we're in Ireland, and here comes the Irish. Right? They were about 40-ish years age. And I knew them, and every one of them was a strong person. So in they come from the back of the church building, and I'm there at the altar and the keyboard, and everybody's sitting, and I motion to them to come on up to the altar. Now, here's what happened. This is a little woo-woo, so bear with me. Okay? Some of you that are familiar with woo-woo will appreciate this. As I watched them walking from the back of the church to the front of the church, the altar, I saw them shrink in size. Don't ask me to explain that. I mean, you can understand it at a purely biological level, right? Like if you're feeling really pleased and proud of yourself, you know, your spine lengthens, right? Your neck frees up, and you kind of grow a little bit, right? But if you're feeling shame, right, it's kind of, right? You shrink a little bit. Things compress. Well, as I watched them moving from the back of the church to the altar, keep in mind the altar in a Catholic church, that becomes significant. They shrank. I couldn't believe it. I was seeing it. And they sat up on the altar, and everybody started to sing, except for them. All 4 of them. No sound. I didn't say anything. You know, occasionally I'd peek when I'm singing, leading the singing, and see what's going on out there. And I could see they were not singing. I could hear they were not singing. I didn't say anything. And afterward, we did what we always did Sunday night after the singing. We went out to the nearest Irish pub, which was right down the street. And we're sitting around with our Guinness, we're talking. And it's just, you know, it's like the pubs in Ireland are the new churches. Social places, spiritual places, all kinds of good things happen. So we're sitting around enjoying each other's company, and then I asked them the question. And I said, so tell me what was going on. You know, I couldn't help but notice you weren't singing tonight. And each one of them has strong voices. And one of them spoke up, and this is what she said. It was like somebody had their hands around my neck. My throat was so constricted, I couldn't sing. And the more we talked, the more I realized that, and they said the word themselves, shame. That, keep in mind, this is Ireland, and these women grew up in what I would consider old world Ireland, Catholic Church Ireland, which meant that the priest dominated everything. And little girls would not, could not, should not ever go up to the altar, because that was where the priest spoke. You get a sense of this is terrible. So little girls grew up feeling this in their bodies, that, oh no, I shouldn't go up where the holy place is. That's where the men go. So these women in their 40s still carried that with them. And many of the women in Ireland are encouraged, and this is old generation, it's not so much true now, but my generation, for example, would have been encouraged, even trained, to be helpers, to only consider what the priest needs. That sounds even sick to say it, doesn't it? And it was. So that was the experience, and it so moved me, so deeply moved me, that I've not forgotten it, obviously. And that's what led me to do the academic work that I did on the Irish lament, because the lament is the unleashing of the voice through shame, through fear, through all kinds of guilt and so on. And I particularly saw it in the women in Ireland. Does that make any sense? So when I hear him speak about the throat constricting, that's what comes to my mind. And you don't have to be in Ireland to feel shame. You don't have to be a Catholic to feel shame and any kind of emotion that constricts your throat. So that's what I hear when I hear him speak. Let's go a little further. Let's go a little more.
From my true instinctual self to know what I really need. And a lot of people have to go through years to really know how to get the texture of that and the shape of that. What else can I say about the country? Any Italians here? Have you ever been to Italy? It's a trip. I mean, they're always feeding you food. They're always apparently visually loving and helpful, right? But why is it you don't really feel helped? I compare it often to, you go to England or Scotland, and if you're lost, you ask any little shopkeeper, and the English will come right out and they'll walk with you half the way to help you find, so you won't get lost. The Italians just want to get you out of the way. Down there, over there, over there. That is the two at their word. Not really helpful. Just think of us Italians as warm, loving, heartfelt family people. And I learned this from Italians. I'm saying there's nothing worse than being in an Italian family with absolute expectations of hugs and kisses and visits to mama and what you owe mama, and it controls your whole life till the day you're dead. It's a classic dysfunctional family. Now every race has these. I'm really, but I just got to pick on somebody. All right, so and yet I would say I've also seen this humble, loving servant in Italian people. Just the opposite. The redeemed too. I see both of them there. The utter manipulative user that makes a show of love but is not loving, and the person who really does know how to love. Both are there.
Yeah.
So the two.
So his description of the two, I think, is very good. The show of love, but not really love. In an insecure two. But in a healthy two, it's love with no strings. It's humble, it's joyful, it's wise, it's gentle, tender, no strings. You don't have to pay me back. I'm not gonna. No hooks are in there. Right? Does that make some sense? Both sides.
Kind of two twos.
You know,
Healthy twos.
Healthy twos.
Yes.
Right.
And that describes them well.
Yeah. They're wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as he said, twos are good lovers. They know how to love. Healthy two. Any other thoughts? Okay, so we've been through ones and twos. Next week, we'll take a look at threes. And I'm looking right at you. Sorry. I could be wrong. But since I'm a one, I know I'm right. Yeah. So there's that. The threes are, well, how would you describe a three?
Well, I haven't had much experience like learning the Enneagram 3, but I did watch a video of Richard Moore with the 3. And one line that I kept remembering him saying is, if it's not attractive, they won't sell it. They're kind of like the brand ambassadors. They don't show up for groups, they show up for society, kind of vibe. They're usually like the presidents, just really good at masking that confidence and presenting that to sell to the masses.
Right. When a James shows up here from the Parks and Recreation, a 3 steps out and says, "James, welcome. Let me show you around the place." And James goes, "I will follow you anywhere." There's a power there. There's an energy, and it's a gift. It really is. And as Richard Moore speaks about it, if you want the job done well, get a 3 involved. Whereas ones, which I think I am, will tell you what they think and what's right, but they're not the person to actually make the deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Kinda
That's why
like-
very often these days, when we have something come up, I will turn to you and I'll say, "Anna, could you say, yeah." And there's an energy there, right, which is really, really great. What's the problem with 3?
Deceit versus integrity.
Yeah.
So like a used car salesman.
Because you're so good at it. You could sell, you could sell a swamp, right, to a New York Manhattan dweller, right, and make it work. Yeah. So this is the kind of thing that is fun, right? So we're proceeding to the land of 3 next time. Any closing thoughts or questions? By the way, if you're feeling that any kind of hesitation or reluctance to consider yourself as a type, you're probably a 4. or 6. No, 5. 5 wants to gather data as much as possible. At any rate, to me, that's why the blood type thing is helpful, because everyone has a blood type. I don't resent the fact that I have a blood type, it just is, right? And however it happens, I do believe everyone has a personality type. And so, if we can appreciate that. And deeply understand it. I think we do well. Save ourselves more and more grief, unnecessary energy, waste, and so on. Now, tonight's Wednesday night. You're leaving tomorrow, aren't you? Oh my. Okay. So this is your moment. We're going to bid you a very fond adieu. Is that okay?
No.
You know?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Okay. Anyway, so as is our custom, we'll share with you our good intentions, our love for you, and our prayers, and you feel free to say whatever you want. We used to have a person here once that every person that spoke, the person who we were speaking to, gave a little dissertation about that person, but don't feel the need to do that.
I won't.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
So anyway, floor is yours. CJ's leaving tomorrow.
I might as well start usually. It's been a pleasure to get to know you. Your youth. You've inspired me. It's hard for me to come up with a word or something to say how. It's felt really good and inspiring having you around. I see you at work. I see you play the music. You play on the keyboard.
Just glad I don't make your ears bleed.
Just really, really good to have you here.
I appreciate it.
And I hope your life is everything you hope it will be. So wish you all those blessings. Travel mercies, as they say.
Mm.
We talked the other night about hope. You give me hope. A young person with so much vitality and natural awareness developing. And then when I saw the friends that came to visit with you, the quality of them tells me your quality. It gives me hope that there's that kind of good still coming forth in this world. So thank you, CJ, for sharing your time with us and with me, and for all the fun and crazy we shared too. Because that was pretty fun.
Big fan of when you came up to my window with the snake.
Yeah. And I do wish you well. I know you've struggled with some things, but what I see is you're carving your path, like with each footstep, kinda. But you were doing it, and my blessings that just your awareness is going to keep leading you like that, and it will get easier and even more funner. And you'll even get to have your own black snake someday.
We agree.
Yeah.
It's been great getting to know you last several weeks. Enjoyed getting to hang out and all the trips to Charlottesville.
Thank you for that.
Getting to work on different projects with you. You spread a lot of positivity around here, and I know you're gonna do great out working, and wish you nothing but the best. And you've got a really bright future ahead of you.
CJ, I see you as my little baby boy. You're just so lovable and sweet and adorable, especially when you pull out your magic tricks and do a show. It's just so beautiful, and you have such a gift, a talent. I remember your first little magic show here. I'm like, this guy, he's so smooth with his communication. Like, it's like he just got off from television and it's just started jabbering away. You're so smooth, man. You really are. And you could totally run different shows everywhere. I could see it worldwide, internationally known.
I'm okay with not doing
No, seriously. And I've seen you do little things here and there, like just helping people out the grocery store, or bringing your cards out to public, and just you're like a little, I don't know, just everywhere you go, you pop little joys here and there for people to smile, and whatever you've been through in the past, it really rocket fuels you too. I'm so excited for your next adventure because you truly, truly deserve it. It's your adventure. I love you, CJ.
Me too.
See, I remember in the moment, maybe about 2 weeks ago, I just thought about how thoughtful you are. I was just really taken aback. You're just so cognizant of being kind and doing right, by people, and it's such a wonderful trait to have as a young gentleman. I think you're a young gentleman, if I had to classify you. And I enjoyed the few interactions we had. I really enjoyed the conversations that we had.
Especially today, I think there was a lovely conversation.
Thank you for saying you thought I was in my 30s. Look, I guess the main thing I'd like to part with you is do everything in measure. Try everything in measure, and learn yourself. Don't define yourself. Everything's open to explore, and what you may have thought because of whatever, historically, past, or what have you, don't let that define you. Whatever someone's saying, if someone says you are this, or you told me that, you understand? Open yourself up to being whatever you want to be, and walk in whatever space makes you most comfortable.
Really. Thank you.
Did you want to add anything, Sadie?
I've lived a long, short life. I'm only 22, and I've been here for a little over a month, right? Something like that. I feel like I've been here for a while. It's crazy how I've never been in an intentional community before. Never even knew about this lifestyle until I was in a weird spot in life and was just like looking at my options, called Brother Stefan, and it's like, hey, this is what's going on. Or maybe I can come hang out for a little bit, see how that goes. I did not come into this thinking it would change my life. I thought, it would be a nice place for me to be around like-minded people who like giving kindness and love and peace and, like spirituality. But this place has changed my life. It has, I was losing my faith in humanity myself a little bit. And I remember when I was looking for a place to stay, I was like, places with nice people. Places with good people. I've been so hurt by humanity, and I was like, And these tiny things, like when I was locked in the cabin for a week because of COVID, Brother Stefan was tending to me like he was my dad. He was like, hey, can I get you anything to eat? Can I do this? Can I do this? And it was just lovely. And I was like, it was beyond expectation, it was just kindness, and that's all it was. And we have our little chats sometimes, and I can see sometimes I overstimulate you a little bit, but you still let me ramble. And
Was that when the eyes went glazed?
Yeah.
And I feel like I've had such a unique connection with everybody here in our own little relationship. Sister Bree, sometimes we just talk about random stuff, and I can see you get all giddy about the things you talk about, and it makes me get all giddy. Same with you, Brother Tim. You definitely have a little kid in you. So.
Yeah.
But me and you mostly just say the weirdest things ever, and I love it.
Yeah.
And you know, me and Chad are like side quest bros. We did so much random stuff together, and then got like, destroyed by Thai food digestively. At least I did. I don't know how you took it, but and you know, Anna, you've been very sweet to me. You know, I hopefully this doesn't sound weird, but I do wish you were my mother. And I think you're a great mom to Denzel. I think you're just absolutely incredible. You gave me a great haircut too, so I'm definitely biased. And Michelle, we have had fewer interactions, but today I really enjoyed our time together, and I feel like, you know, I got to know you on a more personal level. You know, and I kind of pay attention to some of the things you do, and I was like, I know you like to color, so we got you a little coloring book. But, you know, you're a natural born leader. You have, like, this way to just organize people when the chore charts were coming out. I was, like, thoroughly impressed, because I came in here and I was like, I don't know what to do today. I don't know what they want me to do. I'm, like, asking everybody, like, Anna, is there something I can do? Chad, is there something I can do? And then that just gave me some direction. And I was like, okay, well, I know I have this on my list, this to do. And then it kind of just organized things, and I feel like it brought the community together because we all knew what we had to do, right? Anyways, just something light, something small.
Thank you.
I will love and cherish each and every single one of you people. And you guys will all hold a very special place in my heart until the day I become ashes in the bottom of the ocean. Long, long down the line.
You always have a home here. Let's come back. And you will.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll come back.
Yeah.
I'll come back. No, I would love to, and I will. This place will always hold a special place in my heart. Seats it too.
Yeah.
She always pees whenever I try to, whenever I'm coming home.
So, you mentioned how, in some ways, your life has changed by being here. I think it's also fair to say that our lives have changed by you being here. I don't know if you realize that, but you've given us a great gift. And it's not easy to put into words. But you're right, you did overstimulate me at times. As I sat there on the couch, we had for a while there almost nightly conversations. But the gift of that is that you shared your life, you shared who you are, and that's a great gift. I hope you know that. It changes. It changed me. So thank you for that. Makes an old man a little more young. So let's pray. We give thanks for CJ, for his life, for who he is. We ask for your guidance. We ask for your ongoing embrace, that you would always remind him gently that he is beloved, that you love him, that we love him. May the nourishment of the earth be yours, CJ. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so, may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. May it be so. May it be so. We'll close with a song. Did you meet CJ before?
I don't think we quite crossed paths. I was here maybe probably right before you got here. I stayed here a few days.
What was your name?
Saya.
Saya?
Yep.
CJ, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Sorry.
When the night is falling and the moon shines softly, gentle light, you guide us, faithful friend, you love us. When the night is falling and the moon shines softly, gentle light, you guide us, faithful friend, you love us. When the night is falling and the moon shines softly, gentle light, you guide us, faithful friend, you love us. At the close of this day, we give you thanks for your great love for each one of us everywhere. May we open our hearts more and more, become bearers and sharers of your love. May it be so.